Good morning and welcome to a seed of encouragement. I got a word. The word said the adjustment. You know, we have to adapt to change. We have to adapt to adjustment because adjustment is just God's way of aligning us to his purpose so we can have harmony. I can say adjustment is rearranging of our thought, our subconsciousness to align to what God wanted to be. So we constantly have to live in a state of adjustment. Recently I am going through a learning curves right now in my life that it makes me unsteady, and these are things I should have known. I thought I should have known by now, and it makes me feel uneven and leaves me vulnerable and uncomfortable. But it's well. So adjustment, we have to do adjustment. That's the only way we can grow in life. That's the only way we can have changes that we want. That's the only way we can actually live the life that we want to live. Because if we don't adjust to what life has for us right now, how are we going to move on? The Israelites in Exodus, when they get to the Red Sea, they turn around. Do you know what they told Moses? They said to Moses, was it not that there is no grave for us to die in Egypt, that you have brought us to this Red Sea? Because now the Egyptians are coming towards them and the Red Sea is just in front of them. So there was no way for them to go over. And now they start lamenting. They rather go back to where they give them food, they spit on the food and give them to eat, where they were in bondage and in slavery, than make their adjustment in front of them and know where to go. And they wanted to go back. Are we like that? So many things have befallen us. So many things happening. So many things you're not understanding. You are in a difficult territory. You are in a new territory. Yes, there's adventure where you want to go into a new territory, but it still comes with changes. It comes with some discomfort. It comes with so many things. There's so many things you have to learn, and sometimes they're all overwhelming, and you are you're so vulnerable, and you're uncomfortable. But we have to make that adjustment. That's what makes life good. That's actually the essence that will make life sweet if we do not make adjustment. So they were there complaining that they rather go back to the life that they know they left, that the life that was in bondage. We have challenges in front of us, and we would rather choose to go back to the things that brought us to the challenge that we are facing, instead of us to find a way to tackle it forward. The Israelites didn't find a way to tackle it forward. They rather was, let's go back. But Moses called on God, and God told him, raise their rod, and the Red Sea parted, and they walked through the Red Sea. These are people that God have done so many miracles in their life before they even came out to the Red Sea. They doubted what God can do again just because there was a blockage, there was a demarcation, there was a hurdle in front of us. We all have individual hurdles in our inventions and what we are pursuing in life. And when those things happen, are we quick to forget that God that brought you this far can take you ahead? Can still do those miracles he has done for you yesterday, he's still doing it. One thing is constant, is God. Our God doesn't change. He's the God of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It is changed as the only thing that is constant. And God said in Joshua that I will not leave you, I will not forsake you. He even said in Isaiah that I am your God. I will be with you, I will not leave you. I will fight this battle for you. But no, when it happens, then we draw back. Some of us want to sleep it away. Some of us want to, we just wish it away, to go away. But it is there. We have to face it. We have to tackle it. Like I'm facing the ones that is happening before me right now. I'm learning. I'm learning so much over it. I'm trying to get to know it so that I can go past it. Because if I don't learn it, then I'm going to fumble and do the same thing again and have the same result. But you have to really sit down, humble yourself, and learn it. And follow the prompting that God just lead them. Did all the miracles. They were living in the land where one part have darkness, they have light. They were in the land where the first sons of the Egyptians died, theirs wouldn't die. They were in the land when God bring all sorts of incense into the Egyptians, but they didn't have any. And yet, in a twinkle of a second, they forget that that same God that did all that can still lead them past through this Red Sea. I don't know the Red Sea situation that you're going through. And you are pondering. You are like, I give up. I want you to know that you have to make that adjustment. You have to make adjustment in your life. You have to change. You have to adapt. You have to adapt to a situation that comes. Study what is there. Learn what you need to learn. And then you move. You have to be dimensional. It's not going to be just one way. This how it should be. This how it should be. No. You look at the situation and you find that these are other ways you would have done it and have a better result. But some of us just the same way you know it. They say the only madness is when you do the same thing repeatedly and expect a different result, right? That's madness. So we have to make adjustment in every level that life has taken you. You have to make adjustment. You have to make adjustment. God is not going to bring you to war that you cannot defeat. God have already given you the ammunition. That's why in Timothy, Paul was telling Timothy that, you can't be shy anymore. You have to speak. You have to be bold. You came from a generation that have impacted so much knowledge in you. So now you have to speak boldly because God has not given you the spirit of fear. Neither has he given you the spirit of timidity or cowardice. God has given you the spirit of power, of strong mind. Sound mind. That's what God has given us. So we really have to sit down and reason what is going on around us, learn what we need to learn, and be humble enough to learn when you're being tutored. And be humble enough to admit your mistake. And be humble enough to say, yes, I didn't do it this way. And be humble enough to say, yes, I wasn't doing it right. Now I'm going to do it right. Now I'm going to put my best foot forward. And you're going to learn and you're going to grow from there. But if we're in denial that, yes, I was doing it, yes, I did the right thing, yes, and then we look for who to apportion blame here and there, then we're not going to learn. But God is telling us that when we go through all this, we will come over the next stage and we will testify. When the Israelites cross over the Red Sea, they sing. I didn't know they have a song in their mouth. They begin to sing of the goodness, of the mercy of God. You're gonna sing. You're gonna come over the next side. You just have to see what you have in you. There's always something in you that God has put in you that will help you defeat the giant. David, God has put something in him after he has finished all his fighting, that God have taught him in the field where he was killing the lion and killing the deer. God taught him to be strong. That's why when he came in front of the giant, he was able to stand and say, I will defeat this giant. So your situation is teaching you to make the necessary adjustment that you need to do in your life. It's like a training ground for you where you have to learn. Yeah. You don't, you don't beat yourself too much. Yes, I did this mistake. Yes, I fell. Pick yourself back up. Don't be too hard on yourself. If life is going to be sweet or true, how are we going to see and begin to separate this grace of God, the blessing of God? How are we going to compare? We should be able to pray for rain and go out with our umbrella. We should be able to go out in the rain and dance in the mud. It's messy, right? We should be able to go out and dance, even in distress, even all that you're going through. Live your life. You don't keep it on hold because of what is happening. You don't pause. You don't reset yourself into depression because all that is happening before you don't know what to do. Yes, your rent is due, yes. That school fees is waiting for you, yes. That debt is waiting for you, yes. This is all happening. But do not kill yourself. Live, breathe. And know that God has given you a sound mind. And with a sound mind, you're going to have knowledge to go through it. All you need to do is ask. Ask God. He said, my people perish because lack of ignorance, lack of knowledge. But if we can humble ourselves and come back to him and ask him, he's going to give you. Say, he or she that lack wisdom should do what you ask. Because wisdom is the principal thing. When God asked Solomon, what does he want? Solomon asked God for one thing, wisdom. And God gave him wisdom and understanding and every other thing. Ask God for the wisdom. Ask God to give you the knowledge. Ask God to open your eyes to see what you need to see, to learn what you need to learn, so you can navigate these circumstances that you are. Ask people that you see do better, that have done it. Inquire from them. Open up books and read. Listen to YouTubes that speak concerning what you're going through. Just learn. Gather the knowledge that you need. You have to keep learning. You stop living when you stop learning. Read up books and defeat this giant before you, because God has given you all that. The woman said to the prophet, I don't have anything but an oil. The prophet said, borrow bars. Go and borrow jars. And she did. She shut her door and she began to pour the oil she had. The oil runs over. That is the God we have. Jesus asked his disciple, what do we have so we can feed these people? They say, Master, we don't have. Even all the money we have in our church, we cannot be able to feed them. He said he asked, but he already know what to do. But he asks, he's asking us, you have God, you have me. Have you asked me? And they told him there is a lab here that have a few fishes and bread. He said, bring it. And when they bring it, what did he do? He lifted it up to his father and pray and ask God to bless. He thanked his father and pray. That's what I want us to learn. In this situation you are, take it up to God. He said, where does my help come? My help comes from God. You lift up your eyes where? Heaven. That's where your help comes from. So he will teach you. So he will bless what it is that you have. He will give you the insight, the wisdom to make wealth. God will open doors, bring helpers. You have to ask him. We have to. We have to really learn what he's trying to teach us this season and make the necessary adjustment. Because when we do the adjustment, then we will begin to see the pressures of God that are forevermore. Because he said, it is right hands are precious forevermore. When the Israelites break forth through the Red Sea, they begin to see, they sing to God. Because now they see that God have always been there for them. And God is always with you. No matter the situation you are, he is with you. Let's make this affirmation. I am fearless. I am powerful. I am self-disciplined. I am love. I am courageous and I can do this. I got the Spirit of God in me. I know who I am. Because bless this affirmation. Go out there and be courageous. I love you. Have a wonderful time.